Hi, here is the news update. India face battle of wits against New Zealand to earn Lord's date. It's the headline. Now let's talk about the details. Beyond the context of the game, a chance to grab that Sunday date at Lord's, this India-New Zealand contest is best set up through the prism of their two leaders, who first squared off in that U19 four-day game in 2007. Virat Kohli is still the impassioned exhibitionist leader who bears his emotions on the field. He will yelp, lead, jump and feel every pulsating moment of a contest, while you almost always know where the Indian captain is fielding. Kane Williamson silently drifts off to sweep a cover at times, from where he coldly runs his hoodwink job, often with a silent nod of appreciation or the shrug of the shoulder. Amidst all the bluster, though, Kohli has quietly married passion and process. He now captains a side that is not fazed by the big game atmosphere. They are in their seventh semi-final in the last 8 ICC tournaments, over a 50-over contest. It is only the little disciplines that India work on, while the rest of the high-spec parts of their machine, the Rohits, the Bumrahs, the Pandyas, keep purring in repetitive action. Among the few things that can truly claim to have ruffled their feathers in ODI cricket over the last 2 years are left-arm seamers and the occasionally spicy conditions that stand out as exceptions to the norm this year. Therefore, it is to Trent Boult, Lockie Ferguson in the forecasted grey skies that an expectant Williamson will turn to at Old Trafford as he bids to replicate that warm-up win link match in a game of slightly greater significance, one that could see his own captaincy legacy emerge out of the large Brendan McCullum shadow from 4 years ago. Because if New Zealand can somehow polish off India's cream at the top, they'll know that the middle can be a bit squishy. New Zealand, understated as they might be, have bigger problems, not least the run of 3 consecutive defeats heading into this clash. In 5 of the 8 completed league games, Williamson has come out to bat inside the third over, redlining the team's opening crisis. When the ace number 3 does walk out on Tuesday, expect his opposite number to throw in a spinner at him. Yuzvendra Chahal, Kuldeep Yadav and Ivan Kedar Jadhav have accounted for the New Zealand skipper 2 times each in ODI cricket at less than a run a ball. Quite apart from tactics and strategy, these games, as Kohli often reiterates, are about handling the pressure and the occasion. There are stalwarts from both sides, MS Dhoni and Ross Taylor, who may be playing their last World Cup, so that allure of the Lord's final will be that much more stronger. When India vs New Zealand, first semi-final, CWC 19, 10:30 local, 1500 IST, where Old Trafford, Manchester. What to expect? A partly cloudy day in Manchester with a very slight chance of rain. In the unlikely event of weather forcing no result tomorrow, the game will recommence the following day, reserve day, from where it was stopped. The result of the toss, too, will be taken forward even if not a single ball is bowled on the scheduled day. Old Trafford has hosted 5 matches in the league stages, with 4 of them seeing scores in excess of 290. The run into the knockouts saw pitches progressively playing slower and favoring teams batting first, but the semis, set to be played on fresh centre wickets, should offset the toss advantage somewhat. On the eve of the game, the centre wicket had a caramel tinge to it and should generally hold well for batting. Team news: India. Bhuvneshwar Kumar's injury midway through the tournament forced India to ponder their batting depth. A7-11 of Kuldeep, Shami, Chahal and Bumrah with the middle order uncertainties they already had was worrisome. So they abandoned one of the wrist spinners for extra battling cushion. It is a formula that's left them playing with exactly 5 bowlers. Dinesh Karthik's lengthy net session would indicate he stays at number 7. India will be tempted to reunite the wristies given the pair's success in New Zealand early this year. If not, they'll have to pick one and pair him with Jadeja coming in at number 8. It's a tricky call with merits on each side. Probable 11. Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, Virat Kohli, C. Rishabh Pant, MS Dhoni, weak. Hardik Pandya, Dinesh Karthik, Ravindra Jadeja, Kuldeep Yadav, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Mohammad Shami, Yuzvendra Chahal, Jasprit Bumrah. New Zealand. The scourge of the opening combination has not left Williamson. Scores of 0 and 8 from 2 innings for Henry Nicholls has meant New Zealand now have 3 underperforming openers from which they have to pick 2. Nicholls could keep his place given India, and particularly Bumrah, appears to has worked out Colin Munro. However, New Zealand aren't too far from a more dramatic rejig either, which could see Tom Latham move up to the top and Nicholls to the middle, which the latter prefers. Lockie Ferguson, meanwhile, will return to the 11 after being rested against England as a precautionary measure over his tight hamstrings. Probable 11. Martin Guptill, Henry Nicholls, Colin Munro, Kane Williamson, C. Ross Taylor, Tom Latham, weak. James Neesham, Colin the Grandhomme, Mitchell Suntner, Matt Henry, Lockie Ferguson, Trent Bolt. Did you know? New Zealand have won just one of their 7 World Cup semi-finals. India have a slightly better 3-3 record from their 6 trips to the Final Four. Since the last World Cup, Rohit Sharma has batted at a power play strike rate of 74.04. Post Shikhar Dhawan's injury in this edition, he's upped his scoring to 95.77. Trent Bolt has taken more wickets against India in ODIs than any other bowler since the last World Cup. 22 wickets from 12 games at 24.9. What they said. I have understood that roles can vary a lot in one-day cricket, depending on the time you step into bat. And I have been very happy with holding one end and letting guys express themselves, striking at 150, 160 or 200. And, if the team needs, I can accelerate in the end. Virat Kohli believes him not scoring 100s in the World Cup so far is down to a subtle change in his batting role.